It's December 7th. JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today and the Treasury Titans. And who is that? That is Michael Saylor hanging out in Kuwait. He is believing in Kuwait. What's pretty cool about this picture is actually I was at this exact same spot back in 2004. I had just finished my 13-month deployment in Iraq. I was in Kuwait for just a little bit of a holdover before shipping back to the States for the first time in over a year, and I took a picture right in this spot. I so wish that I could go back and find it. We didn't have like the epic digital photo like archives that we have these days, but I mean, it would be so cool to superimpose my picture and Michael Saylor's picture here. But listen, this man is relentless. He is the financial engineering genius of our lifetime, and he is working his butt off to spread the strategy to the world. He is succeeding step by step, piece by piece, bit by Bitcoin. He is making it happen. So thank you, Michael Saylor, for one, just being that guy. And number two, um, just for giving people like myself hope that we can have amplified Bitcoin, which is the best store of assets in the world. And man, it just feels good to be on this train. Let's move along to 100% Strategy, who says Saylor told Simon to climb up to number 2 and then we fight. Imagine Saylor announcing STRY at face, or I'm sure he's probably trying to say in the face of the MetaPlanet CEO. The Battle of Japan begins on December 8th, and I will be watching this for sure. This is going to be a fireside chat with Michael Saylor and Simon. Of course, Simon respects Michael Saylor to an incredible level. He has set the playbook. He has created the strategy. He has beaten the path for others to follow. And I know that Michael Saylor respects Simon for what Simon and Dylan are doing with MetaPlanet, because they're doing fantastic things and they have a great plan in place. And let's be honest, competition is wonderful and they should compete. They will compete. And hey, there can be multiple winners in this game of digital credit for sure. So I will be here for this and I will definitely be reporting on it as well. Mark Harvey says MSTR prep volume rose 19% versus last week. The move was led by Stride, which saw strong demand following the announcement of the 1.44 billion cash reserve. Huge move by Stride, went from like $60 all the way up to $80. I unfortunately have a cost basis of about $81 in Stride. So I dumped basically all my spare cash at about that price point because I thought that was a no-brainer. So when it went down to 60, I was like, I wish I could just conjure more cash up to this is such a no-brainer. But I just rolled it back up to 80. I'll be collecting, a huge dividend payout. And what is it? About 23 days now from STRD, which I'm really excited about. And of course, a nice chunk from Stretch as well. So I'll be dumping that right back into Bitcoin related products. I mean, probably just MSTR, let's be honest. So life is good in these areas. And Adam had a great post about how when gold became the monetary standard, all prices were expressed in gold terms. When dollars replaced gold, all prices shifted to dollar terms. The transition from gold to dollars took decades and involved geopolitical upheaval, world wars, and the reconstruction of international trade. The transition from dollars to Bitcoin will be faster because the information travels faster, capital is more mobile. The superiority of Bitcoin as collateral is mathematically demonstratable rather than politically negotiated. Every asset will be measured against Bitcoin, not just financial assets, every asset: real estate, commodities, art, intellectual property, corporate equity, sovereign bonds, private credit, infrastructure, farmlands. All of it gets repriced relative to the new standard. And when repricing occurs, relative values shift. Assets that are scarce, liquid, and free from counterparty risk appreciate relative to assets that are abundant, illiquid, or dependent on trust. Bitcoin is the most scarce, most liquid, most trustless asset in existence. It sits at the apex of the new valuation hierarchy. The entity holding the largest supply of the apex asset becomes the wealthiest entity in the system, not because it extracted wealth from others, but because the system reorganized around the asset it accumulated. This is the natural consequence of identifying superior collateral before the rest of the market understood what it was witnessing. And there's Michael Saylor. He is looking a little smug in that photo, but he has every right to look a little smug, acquiring 650,000 Bitcoin, 3.1% of the supply, right under the noses of TradFi, right under the noses of institutions. JP Morgan, Jamie Dixon, absolutely terrified, trying their dirtiest little scumbag tricks. None of it's going to work. It's inevitable. Now, speaking of inevitable is going to be haters who are going to hate just because, listen, hurt people hurt people. And if we're being honest, little retard, dude's a hurt person. But before we get into that, what did I post yesterday? MSTR Today, Michael Saylor and strategy rejected from the S&P 500. What this means. Went a little viral. As you can see, 58,000.1 views. So this got a lot of attention. Really enjoyed seeing just it kind of taken off in the atmosphere. It had the 14 direct comments, but we'll get into how many actual comments it had because I spent basically all Saturday commenting with one individual. 5 reposts, 107 hearts, 31 bookmarks. But again, the big number is of 58,000 views. So thank you to all those who just interacted with this post. It means a lot. So what I want to kind of get into is, I had a lot of people that were commenting this and that, blah, 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 blah. But then, the fun began when little retard jumped in and said, it'll never get into the S&P 500. And then, of course, I had to respond, it's inevitable, because anybody that knows anything about MSTR, about Bitcoin, knows that it's inevitable. And then he wrote, the more you post about it, the more you believe it's true. Doesn't mean it will be. And then I just kind of, went on a little rabbit hole myself because I had some free time on Saturday. I'm not going to lie. Like little retard, I had nothing better to do because, this is all this individual does is just try to clickbait and engagement posts. But I said, let's have some fun. So I said, unlike you, I've put in the work to understand MSTR. And that's okay. You have a lot going on in your life. Like basically, he spreads toxicity wherever he goes. That's what he has going on. That's fine. You will do just fine with your Bitcoin holdings. And I truly believe that he will because he is a Bitcoin believer. I love my Bitcoin holdings because I do, as well as my amplified Bitcoin holdings, MSTR. We'll both win. I'll just win more, much more. And that's the reality. And then we went on to go, I'm not going to open up every one of our comment threads because they go pretty deep. I definitely recommend if anybody wants to just go check it out. I mean, the comedy is hysterical. We're basically just talking past each other the whole time. And, as he goes by, like, here's like right here. This is to me, the one sentence that just sums up how clueless little retard is. Like he literally said the words, I can buy Bitcoin myself. Those are the words of somebody who has no idea what Michael Saylor is doing. Those are the words of somebody who is clueless about the strategy. He literally has no idea. And so how I would sum up this entire comment chain, excuse me, of what little retard and I have been going back and forth all day yesterday on, and maybe we'll pick it back up again today, but to be honest, he's scared. It's okay. But the whole thread in general can be summed up by this. I understand MSTR because I've put in the work. Little retard does not understand MSTR because he has not put in the work. It's really that simple. You're on two sides of the camp. You've either put in the work. You've either read the Bitcoin Standard, read the Treasury of Michael Saylor, watched thousands of hours of Michael Saylor videos and quarterly earnings and interviews and read so many other books and podcasts and gone so deep on so many different levels. You've either done that work where your eyes have been opened to the strategy that is unfolding before our eyes with Michael Saylor and strategy, or you're a little retard and you haven't done the work. And guess what? That's okay. You don't have to do the work. You can just buy Bitcoin and you can be okay. You will be amazing. You will be in the top 1%. Nothing in this video is financial advice, by the way, but you will be in the top 1%, period, end of story. And you can also buy MSTR and take things to even the next level, which we're going to see unfold in the next 1, 4, 10, 15 years. The fact that little retard literally said, I can buy Bitcoin myself, just proves how clueless he is about the entire strategy. So when you see people posting FUD, posting fear, uncertainty, doubts about MSTR, about anything that you have done the work doing, just realize they haven't done the work. The fact that he thinks he can just buy Bitcoin himself and that puts him on the same level of strategy is so comical, it almost hurts. He doesn't understand the incredible products that Michael Saylor has created with his now 5 preferred stocks, soon to be more, that are generating amazing yield for the world, for the $300 trillion that are trapped earning 0, 1, 2, maybe 3% before tax. He's now giving you 10, 11, 12 after tax because these are all tax deferred options. He's giving you the best products by 3x, by 4x, by 5x. So over collateralized, it's not even close. And little retard thinks he can explain it away by just saying, I can buy Bitcoin myself. And by the way, that's what he sounds like because I've actually heard him on a live before. So, little retard, you just buy Bitcoin yourself. You'll be just fine. Keep spreading toxicity, keep spreading hate in the world because that's where you like to live. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I'm spreading hope. I'm spreading positivity. I'm spreading optimism. I'm spreading truth when it comes to what MSTR is, to what strategy is, to the person that Michael Saylor and Fong Lee and the entire strategy team are. I'm spreading that truth and I'm going to continue doing that. So you just buy Bitcoin yourself. I'm going to keep buying Bitcoin myself, by the way. I'm also going to buy amplified Bitcoin called Strategy, called MSTR, called Michael Saylor's brilliant, incredible strategy plan, Bitcoin playbook that he has now been implementing for 5+ years that just keeps, by the way, getting better and better and better. So little retard, you haven't done the work. You don't get it. I've done the work. I get it. And now I have a great video clip from Michael Saylor. And this was actually recommended to me by Stephen Conetta. He lives out in the UK. So, Stephen, thank you for this recommendation. It was a great clip. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Michael Saylor just made an $835 million bet buying the Bitcoin dip. Right now, Bitcoin's fallen almost 40% off its October high, and the big money is buying the dip. What's your strategy? Now might be a great time to convert your IRA or 401k to Bitcoin with the help of Bit IRA. Plus, you can fund it with pre-tax funds, then continue to invest it over time as you do any other retirement accounts. Bit IRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the US government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Bitcoin has proven time and time again to rebound, every cycle going from a higher low to a higher high. With Strategy's latest purchase, Michael Saylor clearly believes Bitcoin is at a discount. Time for you to get in too. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin. When you're ready to build your complete business identity, you want to do it fast and right. With Northwest Registered Agent, you can build your business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. When you want more, start your business with Northwest. Everything you need to launch and protect your business all in one place. Your business identity isn't just your logo or website, it's everything that represents you. From what customers see to what they don't, legal filings, state licenses, secure domains, and compliance tools. Northwest gives you more privacy, more tools, and more guidance so you can focus on growing your dream. For nearly 30 years, Northwest has helped entrepreneurs like us build confidently. You can form your business for just $39 plus state fees, backed by real corporate guides, people who know your state's laws and have your back every step of the way. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD.
The beauty is there's a methodology or a distribution channel to figure out whether your idea is a good one. Like, you create a security and you go and you offer it, and it's a 2-day roadshow or a 1-day roadshow, and the investors are either gonna buy $250 million of it in 1 day, or they're gonna tell you, "We don't want any of it." It's very yeah, so you can create billion-dollar product lines in a conversation with the investors in a 144A offering. How many consumer products that are $1 billion can you create in 2 days where you know for certainty it's gonna work? Yeah, so I think that the capital markets are primed for innovative digital credit issuers to go and create dozen different interesting, compelling things. Like, you might not come up with the thing they want, but you won't spend more than a few days finding out. And, in the real estate business, people create $1 billion building and no one wants to lease it, and it takes 5 years and they lose $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen with a digital credit instrument.
Yeah. You can essentially sell it before you build it.
Like, we're literally building it in real time.
Right.
Mark, like, we're open for business every day with 4 credit ATMs. If someone hit the bid and wanted to buy $500 million in a minute, we build the building in a minute.
Yeah.
In 60 seconds. Trade is done. Cash changes hands. We create the collateral. We bought the Bitcoin underlying that day. Sometimes we're literally selling 50 million an hour or 100 million an hour and buying the $100 million of Bitcoin the same hour. Like, we could do $1 billion of capital raising in a day, and we might have 20 million of exposure at 4 PM, and by 5 or 6 PM, we're fully done. The investment cycle is 1,000 times faster than technology, real estate, oil and gas, anything else you've ever seen before in your life. And maybe the more profound idea is, think about all these other credit instruments, what's backing corporate credit? What's backing mortgage credit? What's backing bank credit? What's backing all these things? If you sell $1 billion of mortgage-backed securities, who's gonna build $1 billion worth of real estate that someone wants to rent, and how long will that take? So this is a profound new idea, and that's why those digital credit issuers can grow so fast.
Man, you've explained it so well.
What's the second best? There is no second best.